Yeah, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Foundry Virtual Tabletop version 12 from the ground up. Now, really quick, I need to say, I don't think I had any comments. Let me just double check that real quick. I don't think so. But anyway, while I'm looking at that, I did download and install on a VM version 13, and there's some things I really like in it. And there's actually some things in there that make some of the mods I use unnecessary, such as I think auto rotate's not necessary anymore because now when you move in a direction, and this is at least I believe in D&D. I don't think I tried it with any others, but I believe it might be the same because it's core. But anyway, so there's lots of cool mods in there that are not mods, but actually updates to the core that will actually give some nice quality of life stuff. Let's see. So comment wise, have responded to everything that I've had. Let's learn JavaScript. It does not look like I have any comments. So feel free to leave comments. Love to read your guys' comments, both negative, positive. If it's negative, let me know how I can make it better. So last we left off, I think we finished round 1. We're just starting round 2. Now, actually, we'll cover that in a minute because I think we're going to finish this. One thing that is very likely to happen in this is, one, if we look at, actually I didn't pull that up, if you look at the verbiage, I guess, of this, and I think it might be in here as well, one thing that's important is, if bad rolling happens by your players and good rolling happens by your mobs and it ends up killing them, what it says to do is, let's see, no. So in the unlikely event that the goblins triumph, they leave the characters unconscious. They loot them and the wagon and head to the Kregma hideout. The characters continue to Phandalin, buy new gear at Barthen's Provisions, return to the ambush site, and find the goblins' trail, should they wish. So they are saying, there is a chance. There's always a chance that things are not going to go well for your characters. So far, it's been going really well. With the goblins only having 7 hit points, it could be a wipe really quickly as far as your players killing the goblins. And one of the things that they kind of lead you to want you to do basically is maybe have a goblin still alive. And but I mean, right now the adrenaline's running. As soon as they see something moving, they're gonna attack it and stuff like that. So one thing that might help is you end combat, but then you continue saying, and then you see the bushes rustling or something like that. We're going to cover that in a minute anyway. I wanted to cover that possible scenario, but I did want to show you that yes, it does have a contingency. If your players get wiped out, the goblins don't just go and beat them, beat their dead corpses until they're dead, which is very easy once you're unconscious. And let's see, what do I need? Right here. Okay. So, I'm done stalling now while I pull up the thing in D&D Beyond that I can read a little easier. All right, so let's continue on. So if we go in here, we can see that Grumpy Goblin, who is hidden currently, is going to get to fire off an arrow. Now, I don't think he didn't do anything, right? We didn't no. We had a healing word because someone was getting hurt, and a cure wounds, so they're actually doing all good. Defeated. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're at. So The grumpy goblin over here, he is going to go ahead and target. Who was the last person that hurt one of his friends? None of the goblins have any kind of dedication. It looks like Tazaraz. All right, so let's go ahead and have him target Tazaraz. And we have that. Oh, whoops! I'm actually good. I'm on the wrong screen. I'm not. Jump to bottom. All right, so he's going to go ahead and target him. We're going to double click on him, and he's going to use a short bow and attack. And go. Why isn't this gone away? Did I click it twice? Oh, actually, I know why. So yeah, a 16 is going to hit. Let's go ahead and do some damage. It's just a normal 5 damage. Whew, 7 total. That is not going to feel good. So we'll go ahead. Now, like I said, this is where the DM can do it. I usually let my players do it. However, I did mention in the last episode that they don't necessarily have access to this, and I haven't found exactly where I can give them access to it so they can damage themselves. The downside, once again, of them damaging themselves is that it's not going to take any resistances and stuff like that, immunities into consideration. That's the word I was looking for. So if we go look at him, I mean, I think it's a him. If we go look, we can see that it's not showing necessarily there's any resistances or anything like that. But that is definitely something to keep track of. So if we go over to the player screen, player can now say, okay, I take 7 damage, so we'll just do -7. And this early in the game, that hurts considerably. You can see that he is now marked bloody, which is the little blood. I think, is that a condition? I don't think it's actually a condition. I think that's just when they're under half, that it'll throw the bloody on there to let players know. Now, like I've said before, I like to use a module that lets you mouse over them called Health Estimate, and it will actually above say barely injured, injured, what else was it? Not injured, near death, and it actually has a gradient of turning from green all the way to bright red being dead. All right, so let's continue on. So that was that. Shooting the arrow probably made him visible, especially because Salhin is facing that direction. So the goblin is then going to be visible to them and is going to attempt to hide or roll for hiding. So they're going to hide, and then they are going to move, which is, I don't know where they're, movement 30. So he's going to then move 5, 10. I'm going to keep him on the edge just so it's easier to select them. 15. I'm just going to move him to about there, just so that if they start shooting that direction, they don't necessarily see him. And then we'll go ahead at this point and we'll roll his stealth. So not a very good stealth, 16. Still might be okay. I don't think anyone has a passive perception that's higher than that. Let's see, passive perception would be 13. I think that might be our highest one. 13, 12, 13, and 12. So yeah, 13 and 12 is their passive perceptions. All right, so that will end the goblin's turn. So make sure we're on the right screen. Go here. I'm going to go ahead and do what I usually do and right-click to get this out. And go to chats. All right. One nice thing about version 13 is when you go into combat, it actually moves kind of a transparency type window right here that is your chat, so you can actually have that up. And then if you switch to chat, it actually disappears and goes here. So it automatically does that. You can still remove it, but It's kind of it's a nice little feature. All right, so that will end his turn. Let's go ahead and do that. Technically, I guess he should be in the combat tracker. Forgot to do that. Alrighty, so Yoku, he was facing the wrong way. I'm gonna have him roll perception to see if he sees the goblin. That's what the player's gonna do. So it's a 16. Where is the player? All right. So Yoku here is going to roll perception. Perception right down here. We're going to go ahead, click on that. And with a 12, has no clue what's even going on. So Yoku is probably going to turn around. I need to unpause the game. There we go. Yoku's probably going to turn around and start heading back to his friends over there. Technically, wait, this guy's dead. Oh, that's the guy that's dead. Okay, that's fine. I was thinking something else. I was like, is he going to get an opportunity attack? But he doesn't see the other goblin. So he walks back. So that was 5, 10, 15, 25. I think that's his movement. He is going to, didn't mean to do that. Let's just make sure he at least has that. Yeah, 30. He's good. So he's going to come over here and say something really dumb and obvious that, there are goblins about and be very careful, be on the guard. And then he is going to kind of face the direction that Saline is a little bit and ready in action that if anything gets close enough, so his trigger will be if a hostile mob gets close enough to hit Saline, I guess would be, or if a mob gets close enough to hit one of his party members, he's going to strike at them. So that will end his turn. He has a readied action. Let's go ahead and end his turn. And that brings us to Kirla, who is going to roll. I should have wrote down somewhere. I need to write down somewhere like in Notepad++. I don't remember what this goblin up here, what his stealth roll was. I remember it was pretty good. So Kirla here is going to try and do the same thing. Going to see if they can get a good perception. They have +4, so that's pretty good. Normal roll. So that's 14, I believe. Which is right there. Doesn't beat the 16. Can I see the other goblin's stealth? Shadow. Stealth. That one was 20, so that's defeated, but is defeated dead? You would think defeated is dead. Nope, cynical. So that must have been him. The defeated goblin is 20. Alright, so Kirla is going to kind of face away from them because confident that nothing's going to attack right here. Is going to face kind of in this direction just for a moment because they do know there's some other goblins out there, and ready a cantrip, which would be, I think this is my wizard, right? Yes, wizard. So they are going to ready wrong thing. I need to go to the book. They're going to ready a firebolt. If they happen to see any hostile mobs, they're going to open up on them. Let's see. So that will end their turn. Let's go on to the cynical goblin, which is the dude that's way up there, I believe. So we come up here. We now... Oh, I guess I don't need to do that. We know it's the cynical goblin, which is not that one. That's defeated. That's this guy again. So he is going to open fire on Yoku. So he's going to go ahead and target him. And then he will open fire by using a short bow. Go ahead and say normal. Ooh, nat 1. Oh, not good. So nat 1 generally is a catastrophic failure. Something bad happens. GMs handle this differently. I would normally say that if there is a friendly mob to that person near one of these guys, then he would do it. I could also say that, you know, he shoots, it goes off wide and actually hits the goblin over there. In this case, I think I'm just going to say his bow breaks. So the string on his bow breaks, and now he's in trouble because he doesn't have a ranged weapon. All he has left is his other weapon. Of course, he did lose stealth when he did that. He's going to stealth again, so they don't get to see him again. And he's going to move over to here, and he is going to take this guy's bow. But he can't do that because that's going to be an action. So his action was to attack. His movement was his section action. Should I say a bonus action he can grab the bow? I don't think so. That feels like a full action to me. So he's going to move over here and it be hidden. Let's go ahead and roll his stealth. Which is a pretty darn good stealth. So 20 and 23 are our two stealths. So that will end his turn. And that brings us to Tazaraz, who is now hurting pretty bad. Is Tazaraz our rogue? I think so. Alright, so Tazaraz is now up. I don't think they have a healing potion. I don't think they were able to buy anything. They definitely didn't have 50 gold. So yeah, this is our rogue. Tazaraz is going to book it into the brush up here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Oh, there's a wall there. So I'll just put them right there instead. And technically they are... Am I in the right window, by the way? Yes, I was. Good. They technically were going to stealth behind this person here. So they will be marked. Now, players don't get to mark themselves invisible in the other way. So they come into here and find the invisible one, which is right there, which actually kind of makes their token a different color, which is kind of cool. But technically, we can still see it. So they have two ideas here that they want to do. One is they don't want to get shot again because they don't want to go down. So they're hiding by going into the bush. They're hoping that maybe they'll get a bead on the other goblin and have an idea where to go. He does know that somewhere up here, hopefully not right here, is where that goblin is. So before he ends his turn, technically probably even before he turned invisible, he's going to do a quick perception to see if he sees the goblin that was up here. So the guy over here, his stealth was 20. So that means he has to beat a 20 on perception. Let's go back here. Go to perception. He does have +5, so there's a chance. With an 18 +5, he definitely knows that the goblin is, I think he's right over here somewhere, is right. Oh, actually he knows he's right there. So he went 20, right? I said 5, 10, 15, and 20 to get, 5. So from here, 5, 10, 15, 20. So he did get up here. I think we're going to change his order because he actually spots this goblin right here. So I'm going to make him visible really quick. And we're not going to have him be invisible just yet. He's going to turn invisible as a bonus action on his turn. So he's going to see the goblin over there. Goblin is unaware of him. I mean, he's kind of aware of him, actually. So, let's see. So, which window am I in? I'm in Tazraz. Okay, good. All right, so he's going to go ahead and target the Goblin. We can move him if we want, rotate him. And he's going to fire on the Goblin. So, let's go to his actions. Now, one thing, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but one thing you can actually do with the players is you can actually drag these things over to this drop favorites, and it will add those things for you into there. So now you can see we actually can quickly do that without having to go. Kind of handy to do. So we're going to go ahead and do a normal attack against the Goblin. That's definitely going to hit. 24 to the Goblin. Didn't actually show. I'm not in the wrong window. No. Oh, that's why. Here it shows that it hits. To the player, it's not going to show it. So they can see that they hit, so they get to roll some damage now. Whew, good damage. 9. So Tazraz works his way up the bank, is planning on, stealthing. But at the last minute, just as he's about to go stealth, he sees some motion and he whips around with his bow, looses an arrow, and let's go to here, and the Goblin is going to take 9 damage, which totally kills it. Not only is it bloody, he's dead. I thought it used to like jaw giant skeletons on top of them when they died, but apparently it's not doing that. I'm not sure what. Oops, not feared. He's dead. There we go. So yeah, excellent move. Then Tazraz still doesn't want to actually get hit next turn when someone else goes. So at this point, Tazraz is going to say that they're turning invisible or they're trying to hide. And I will do it where, if someone tries spotting Tazraz, that they will actually, I'll roll his stealth at that time. That way I don't have to remember it so much. All right, so that ends their turn. That was actually really good round for them, even though they're really hurt. All right, so that brings us to and turn to Saline, who sees that Goblin just gets killed. They are going to go ahead. How we looking spell slot wise? Because Tazraz is looking pretty bad. So if we go to spells, we did a heal. I don't know why I didn't mark it. Maybe I didn't click the thing that says mark. So they do have a spell slot left. So they are going to go up to. Oh, they can't see Tazraz either. That's not good. Never mind. They're not going to heal him. That's funny. I didn't realize that it would hide it from their own players. That's actually kind of cool because a lot of times that's exactly, how it plays out, that your players don't see the rogue either. They don't know exactly where he is. So that's kind of cool. I like it. In that case, Saline instead is going to ready a cantrip. Which one are we going to do? We're going to do, let's do Sacred Flame. If they happen to see a Goblin. So, unbeknownst to the Goblin that's right around here, as soon as he opens fire, he becomes visible and gets 2 readied reactions against them. This guy's ready reaction is actually facing in this direction, so they technically would not see that Goblin down there. Wow, we're at 24 minutes. All right, so we're going to finish. I think we'll finish this round because I think this Goblin's dead. And then we'll go from there, and I'll tell you some things. All right, so the Grumpy Goblin, who's able to cheat and get through the wall, he's going to, I'm going to put him Am I in the right screen? Yes, I am. All right, so he's going to move over to here, and he is. Oh, no, actually, that's defeated. I did the wrong order. Sorry. All right. So now he goes over here, and he is going to open fire on Saline. The arrow's going to get loosed. We don't know if it's going to hit, but he is definitely going to get two readied actions on him. So he's going to go ahead and loose an arrow. So short bow, close that, hit normal. And it's going to go wide. However, that did break his stealth, so he is no longer invisible. They can both see him, so they get to do their readied actions before he's able to re-stealth. So we're going to do Yoku first. Actually, Oku was if it came within melee. This is the range one. So actually only Celine gets to go. So Celine is going to go ahead and do their actions. So their cantrip, Sacred Flame, we're going to go ahead and click it, close that. So he has to do a dexterity saving throw of 13. So I'm going to select the Goblin as GM, and I'm going to click on this and click normal. He saved. So is this a all or none? I think this is just a all or none. Dexterity saving throw. Take 1d8. Target gains no benefit. All right. So he gets to survive one more round, surprisingly enough. All right. So, so the 18 saves. He's actually good to go. He's going to go ahead and stealth again. I wonder if I just click invisible on this if they can see. Let's go check. They can't. Nice. All right. What'd be really cool as a module is when you clicked hide, it would have a window or something in here where you could put the stealth value. And then if I do a perception, they would know that this one can see it, this one can see it, but others can't. So that, you know, it definitely would be more immersion for that. All right, so he's going to go ahead. He's turning invisible, and he is going to kind of book it over to here. It's probably easier to move it with the keys so that it doesn't ping where he's going. But he's going to move right over to here, and that will end his turn. We're already at the top of the round. Oh, whoops. So now we're to Yoku, who knows the Goblin was right there, is going to rush forward. Is this the right? Oh, Yoku, I need to do the right screen. So he's going to rush forward. I think the Goblin was right here before. So they're going to go right here, and they're going to go ahead and scan or try and find the Goblin. So at this point, just so I can keep track of where it is, I'm going to go ahead. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Did I move it or just, I think I shrunk it. All right, there we go. So he is going to try and detect the Goblin, which is, well, I can't even see him. There we go. I have to click off. Who has a stealth of 6. Ooh, 14. So technically, I think they're going to be... I'm going to have them scan before because it's going to totally change where they would run. So they're going to actually scan right now. So Yoku, let's go back to the player screen, is going to go ahead and do a scan. I think it makes more sense to do it in that order because it would totally change where he's running if he actually sees the Goblin. And with a 13, no, does not see a Goblin. So I'm going to move him where he was anyway, which I don't remember. Yeah, that's too far away. Unless he gets an at 20, then of course that gets iffy because once again it's 10 feet away. All right, so he's going to blindly swing into the brush here. So I'm going to have him do it with disadvantage. Let's go ahead and grab, that was the wrong screen. Okay, so we're going to come in here. We're going to use the greatsword. And we're going to do it with disadvantage. And an 18 is still going to hit. Or no, not 18, sorry. Keep low is actually... oh no, it is 18. Oh my goodness. 18, I believe, is still going to hit the Goblin. Actually, I'm going to say no. A nat 20 would have. An 18 means that he swung in this whole area, but didn't actually hit the Goblin because it's not within 5 feet. I think that's how I would rule that. A nat 20, you know, you have to give it to him. So yeah, that'll end his turn. We're going to go ahead over to Kirla, who is going to see that there's more motion this way. They're going to move over to here, and they're going to face this way now. Seeing that Yoku is like swinging wildly at the brush, is going to go ahead and prepare the cantrip again, which one was it I said? I think it was Firebolt. So they're going to prepare Firebolt. If they see anything, they're going to attack it. That will end their turn. Cynical Goblin. Oh, I said next round. That was not good. Tazaraz. So Tazaraz is up now, which is up here. They are going to stay hidden. And they're going to... I mean, technically, I guess they could try and see them. They just don't want to draw... Well, yeah, let's do that. Tazaraz is going to go ahead and do Perception. I guess Kirla should have as well. So we're going to do Perception. Normal. We just had to beat, I believe it was 14. Totally sees the Goblin over here. So, as GM, I'm going to go ahead and make him visible for a moment. Boom, like so. And then Tazaraz can target the Goblin. And what am I doing? I need to go here. And we're going to go ahead and short bow. Oh, the Goblin. Oh, I need to target. Did I target? I don't remember if I targeted. Hold on, go away. Yes, I did target. Alright, so Tazaraz. Am I in the right screen? That's the next question. I'm not in the right screen, though. Alright, so there we go. Tazaraz up here is targeting the Goblin. They are going to attack. 12? I don't know, to be honest. 15. No. So the arrow goes wide. This Goblin gets to maintain stealth or invisibility. And that will end Tazaraz's turn, although they will try and re-hide, which they're already done. Okay, so that ends his turn. Defeated Goblin. I'm on the GM screen again, so they don't get to go. Celine is going to do the same thing they did before. They're going to ready their Sacred Flame. I don't think they have anything that's an attack. No. Well, I guess Toll the Dying. No, that's still a save. Yeah, so still going to do a Sacred Flame if they see the Goblin. All right, that brings us to this one's dead, right? Stressed. Yeah, he's dead. Oh yeah. So that brings us to the grumpy old Goblin, who is. And he doesn't know everything that's going on out there, so he is going to sneak up. I keep holding the mouse on them. Now I believe, no, they just get nimble escape. They don't get sneak attack. These are not the Goblins that get sneak attack. Yeah. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and target Yoku. And he, put away his bow. He's swapping his bow for a sword, which I allow for a free action. He is going to go ahead and swing his sword, his scimitar, at Yoku. Now, Yoku didn't see him, so this would be an advantage. And a 10 just is not going to hit. So Goblin is now visible. And he can bonus action disengage, but now he can't. Does he have bonus action disengage? Nimble escape, I think is what I'm thinking of. So disengage or hide action. Ooh. Well, actually, before that happens, these two actually get their readied actions. So Silene is able to target him, and I was expecting this whole thing to end like a whole round ago. It felt like it was going to end by then. Alright, so Goblin's going to do a dex save. 10, 12. It fails, so now it's going to take some damage. A D8, that's going to be painful. Not terrible. Alright. So it's going to take 2 damage. Nope. That's the wrong guy. Sorry. 2 damage. I need to heal him back up. Let's go ahead and do... isn't there? I thought there was a refund thing. We hit that twice then. Did it refund the whole thing? Yeah, okay, that's good. Alright, so sorry, I had the wrong one targeted. Let me just make sure. Well, it was a save anyway, and I had it's still a fail. Okay, so yeah, now we have the right one selected. Let's go ahead and do 2 damage. Did do it too again? I have the right one selected. Actually, I know why. When I did the thing, he was selected. Alright, so let's just do that again. Do this, click on him. He's the targeted one. What we need to do is switch to selected, because right now, when I did it, he was targeted. That's why it's doing that. So there we go. Now we have the right one taking the damage. Then also, we're going to have our firebolt, I believe it was. So, wait. I'm on the wrong one. There we go. So they're going to do a firebolt. Go ahead and attack. That is definitely going to hit. So let's go and do damage. Oh my goodness, are you serious? This Goblin is extremely lucky. Alright, so that was technically before he can try and stealth or disengage or anything like that. That is his move. I guess, I mean, it says he can either disengage or he can hide. I would say that if he hid, if he still left this guy's threat range, he would sense it and still be able to hit him, or attempt to hit him anyway. So I think he's going to disengage so he doesn't get hit, at least there. And at this point, the thing says once the goblins are almost dead, they try and run off. So he's used 5 feet of his movement, I think it was, or was it 10? Which means he still has a bit left. So that's 20, 25, 30. And then a dash would be, that's 5 for the first diagonal, 15, 25, and 30. So what the actual adventure says is when a single goblin or the goblins are dying, technically he probably would have died before, but because he really lucked out, then them to start running or try and leave the scene and go through the secret passage or the passage going up to the cave. This is where generally if they wipe out all the goblins, I will add a new goblin onto the scene, and basically it'll be outside of combat, and the first thing he does is he throws down his sword and his bow and says, "No attack, no attack, no attack," or something like that. In this case, my guess is they're still gonna kill this guy. He's within range of pretty much everyone. He's probably going to die. In which case, yes, we would need our other goblin. And one thing I wanted to point out, I don't remember if I said it before, but if we go in here and we go look at our goblins, if you need to add another goblin onto the scene because they've wiped everyone out and you want to kind of give the seed an option for them to go up the trail, you might have to add a goblin or add another thing because, later on they might be fighting and they're just wiping everything out. So just to make it more interesting and more fun, just so it's not a complete wipe, you might want to add a couple more. But you'll see that when I add a goblin here, the hurt goblin, that he's instantly visible. And when I add him, our players will instantly see that I added him. So one thing you can do to kind of avoid that, I'm in the wrong screen, is if you hold down the Alt key when you're dragging it in, if I hold down Alt like I am right now, you'll see that he's added instantly as invisible. So now he's an innocent goblin, which would be a perfect one for the one. So I'm going to have him just as a standby. We're going to put him right in these bushes over here. He kind of came late to the game. But I think we're already at like 40 minutes, and I don't want this to go that long. It wasn't supposed to. But I think in our next episode, which I am going to do back to back, so if you leave a comment, it won't be in the next video, it'll be in the next video. I'm going to be getting a new computer here, I think early next week. And I have to transfer stuff, and I don't know if I'll have all my recording software and all that ready. So I just want to have one episode at least pre-recorded for that. So I'm going to do a back-to-back episode, and we'll continue this fight. Like I said, if this goblin survives one more round, then I will be amazed. The other option, if we go back to this, so he just went, so he's not going to survive, because when he was here, he could have thrown down his weapons. I guess I could have done that. But he just barely tried striking Yoku and missed. So all of a sudden then throwing down his weapons saying, I give up, doesn't make too much sense. But yeah, I think we're going to end it here. It's a really long episode. I apologize for that, my friends. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Click that little notification bell. Join my Discord channel. Tell other people about my channel. I think that's about it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.